Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is the end of the week. We are very happy about that. We always look forward to the end of the week. So, let's see what we got going on today. I was thinking to myself this morning when I was reading some of the news, I was thinking, I might start off with I know what it was. It was coffee. I saw a story about coffee, and it had a fantastic run, and the first thing I thought was, oh, let's go see what the math said. And that's usually the way I function. The moment I see any news on any particular product, Janos always makes me think of it that way. Janos will say, I was looking at your math and it was leading. I says, yeah, it's, about 85% of the time it's going to lead. It's going to tell us what's going to happen before it happens. So, and, I saw the coffee story. And I thought, oh, I got to check it out. I got to see, what coffee was doing. And sure enough, coffee, I think I have it up on the screen now. Is it? Yeah, no, that's silver. I had coffee up there. I must have went and looked at silver. Silver looked like it got into the buy yesterday, but it did not. And then I double checked it on the beta, and it did not. So it made me feel very comfortable there. And at the same time, we could have that short little conversation about a few other things in this arena of the softs. Robin used to write a newsletter on softs. For a long time he wrote a newsletter on the softs. So, and we don't really talk about the softs too much here. We are currency based. We start off with currency and interest rates. That's how we look at things. And then we go on from there. So, that is the magic of it all, I guess you could say. But there's coffee, and you can see it went into the daily buy back on the 5th. And, it's been, and then it was in the weekly buy that last week, too. You see it there? It got through it. It was a chore, look at it. But then look at the spike of the green line from it. I mean, wow. Zoom to the moon, Alice. So, just thought, I thought I'd bring that out. I thought it was very interesting. Just move that over like that. Isn't that cool? See, we take this arrow right there, and there's the little thing there. You move it back and forth, and, right there. And then you can always move the weekly over, too, if you want. Make it even more aligned, with the action going on. This way you're looking at all of it right there the same way. One of the things I haven't mentioned, which is well worth mentioning, is that the orange contract has disappeared altogether. So they're not trading forward contracts or futures contracts on orange juice whatsoever anymore. It's nowhere to be found. I go to the websites and they're all gone. There is no orange, and that's very curious. I guess they can't deliver? I guess that's what it is. It must be some type of force de jour thing going on. But it's been that way now for, 5 or 6 or 7 weeks. It seems like it's gone. And, we had, which contract did we have? We did have a contract we were following. I didn't look at it that much. I just kind of, there's right there, the orange juice, the November contract, and it is gone. And there is no March contract. And so, just thought that was fascinating. Just the fact that I think it was the last hurricane that did it, maybe. Maybe the orange crop is even lower than we realize. I don't know. The prices are pretty, with inflation, it's so hard to tell because inflation is everywhere. So you're not seeing any real distortion in the sense of, well, oh my goodness, you go into the store and you try to buy an orange and it's expensive. It's like everything's expensive. It's Bidenomics. Thank goodness we're going to be done with the Bidenomics. And, it's just unfortunate as it is. And you can see, let's go to the next interesting story in the sense of, let's see, where's it at? Let's go like this. Let's see if we can find it. Or we can go like this. And then, let's move that over to there. We'll find the story. Let's see. Oh, there we are. that's not it. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Now that's curious. Uh, the next story I was going to talk about, I just lost it in my mind because I'm searching for it as I speak at the same time. But let's see. It seems like it's taking me somewhere else. I'm not sure why. But oh, you know what? Maybe I go like this. Not there. Not there. There we go. Okay, that makes more sense now. Let's see if we can find it. The other story I was looking at that I found interesting was the income level. Let's see, well, I was talking about the commodities. Yes, so the income levels in Europe, they're really taxing the daylights out of people in Europe, which is a tad surprising. Now, what is this? For some reason, out of nowhere, I'm not getting... Okay, that's there. Okay, that's better. Now, let's see if we can get me. There we go. There we are. Okay. Let's see. Let's find the story. I'll bring it up on the screen here. Oh, yes. Here it is. Powell. Here it comes. Where'd it go? I just had it. Oh, yes. Okay, here it is. So, Fed, I guess was it the Fed failure, finally accepting it. Powell pontificates yesterday. In other words, he talked yesterday, and stocks started to sell off. Puke, they call it in stocks. You can see here a 50-bip rate cut, and bonds have gone totally the opposite direction. They're doing the opposite of what he's cutting rates to do. They're increasing rates as he's cutting rates. And, and inflation, December Fed rate cuts, you can see he's been cutting, but the bond price keeps on, the interest rates keep on rising, and he keeps on trying to lower them. And it doesn't work, the bond traders. And we talk about that here. But yesterday he gave up and he said, hey, you know what? Maybe we've done enough. Maybe 3/4 of a point is plenty. Let's leave it alone now for a while. Let it digest. We'll see back, we'll check it out in the springtime. So, sip of the tea. So Powell, here I've been saying this over and over again for months and months and years now. It's like outrageous. I think I went on a tear yesterday about the idea that the guy's incompetent, totally incompetent. But yesterday, he finally woke up. Someone's punk slapped him, and he's like, "You know what? Maybe I don't need to raise rates anymore. Maybe we've done good. Let's see what happens all the way out into the springtime. Something like that." So that's the thing that has to be mentioned here. Fed a complete fail. In other words, he completely failed. Powell says or pontificates, prompts puke in stock markets. Inflation is not going gently into the good night. And instead, PPI confirmed today, and that's yesterday too. And after CPI yesterday is burning and raging in the dying light of Biden-Harris days. That's the problem. Bidenomics is a disaster. December Fed rate cuts odds, have dropped. This is, they're realizing now, oh, maybe he's not going to drop anymore. Interest rates are not going to go down, and that's why we've been saying it over and over, and the math has been screaming it over and over and over. It just doesn't let go. There's the dollar index right there, and the dollar index has been screaming to us for months now, months upon months. I think we're at 8 weeks in a weekly buy. Where is that at? In the 7 full weeks now in a weekly buy. It doesn't let go. It keeps on going up. I kept on thinking, we're going to get to the 103, maybe 103 and a half area. I think we might have drew a box on the old platform, and it was like, this will straighten out. No problems, no worries. But no, it's not happening. And finally they've woken up. But like I said, I would have, if I was Fed chair, maybe I would have given a quarter point cut once, just to make them feel like I'm paying attention. It's like, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm watching. I'm here. I see what you're doing. No problem. Keep on doing it. That type of thing. I would have been like a token cut, not a 0.5% cut in September. That was all political. The Democrats were screaming at him, keep your act together. Like something like 91% or 93% of all people working for the Fed underneath these governors and presidents donate to the Democrat Party. I'm going to say that again. It's a monster number. So somewhere between 91 and 93. I forget what the number is exactly, but I'll just put it out there that way. Anywhere from 91%, in other words, 9 out of 10, and almost 9.5 out of 10 people who work for the Fed, like economists and traders on desks and all these things, and the Fed, they've purged anybody who believes in supply side economics and only Keynesian economics, the old socialist thing. 9 out of 10 people work for the Fed. I'm not talking about the governors. I'm not talking about the presidents. There are about 20 of those. But I'm talking about the people underneath, thousands and thousands and thousands of people working for the Federal Reserve. 9 out of 10, even almost 9, it's like 9.3 out of 10 are donating money to Biden and Harris and the Democrats in general. Okay? So no wonder things are so screwed up there. Because, not only are the governors and the presidents, kind of wishy-washy to begin with when it comes to the Federal Reserve. They don't like to make too much of they rarely are dissenters. In other words, when Powell says jump, they all say, how high? That's all they say. They don't say no. Matter of fact, the last cut, there was actually one Fed governor that actually voted no. It wasn't unanimous. Only one out of like 24 voted no. And it's like a little Congress, And so they've been hiring people that are totally leftist socialists. So no wonder the Federal Reserve is so screwed up, and that's why I'm always whining about, they need to bring in a couple people from Switzerland to straighten the place out. It's become absurd. So, there we are. You can see our math is trying to get into a sell, with all these reds, but we're in weekly buys, and the histogram is, was that something like, was that? That's 4, or is it 2, 4? Let's try that again. 2. Let's just make it bigger so you can see what I'm doing. I'm counting it. You can see basically 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is the 11th day. So 9 out of the last 11 days, it's in a buy. And you can see overall, way back when, even further back, that went into a long streak. Where you had, you could do the count again. Like there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23, 21 out of the 23 days back in here, starting off in, where the hell is that? Back on September, we're in buys. And so, it's all the way back into the September area that went into the buy. And it didn't really want to let go, and we were in a weekly buy. And you can see here, there's the weekly buy. Well, we can see that just right there, 6 alone, 7, going back to late September, right in here. They went into the buy. Well, they went into the buy in here, and it just kept on going. The same thing here. That's October 11th. So the last week of September, it was in a buy because we're on the 7th week now. This is 6 weeks right to there. So, that is how screwed up the Federal Reserve is, and that's what I've been saying here for years now. And then, now it's becoming even more obvious. They become so dramatic, and they're crazy. They got these totalitarian type of attitude. One voice only, It's the socialist, Marxist, communist, totalitarian attitude of it's one voice and one voice only, and if you have a second opinion, shut up and we'll fire you at the same time. So, all right. So that is what we're putting up with, and let's go take a look at the bonds. There's no doubt that's the literally the canaries. The bond traders are laughing and going, yeah, right, good, lower it a little bit more, sure. We're still going to take it down. We're taking the price of the bond down, and that's the price of the bond going down, and that means interest rates have risen. I know it's a little confusing, but when a bond, the price you pay for the bond goes down in value. In other words, you buy something that goes down. You usually buy something, you want it to go up, right? Buy low, sell high. And so you buy the bond and it goes down, and you're like, oh, shoot, that's not working. And that means interest rates are rising. They're going against you, and you're losing. It means you have to hold on to it until you get enough dividend and everything out of it, or it exercises out. And that's a 10-year bond. And the 30-year bond, I'll show you the 30-year bond, basically the same thing. This is what, pretty much people have 30-year mortgages and things like that. And let's put the 30-year up there, right there. And you'll see the same thing going down, 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 down. You can see lots of pressure, lots of selling since that topping up in there, where the Fed goes and throws and cuts the interest rate at a 0.5 percentage point. And when he cut that percentage, let's put that up on the screen fully. When he cut the, what the heck is that? There we are. When he cut the interest rate back in September, right? It was rising, right? So interest rates were dropping. And he cut that 0.5 percentage point. It was supposed to see this type of action. It was supposed to be even higher. It was supposed to just take off. Instead, it said, no, you've done something stupid, and we're not rewarding you for it. And look at what it's done. The price of the bond keeps on dropping and dropping and dropping, and the interest rate goes up, up, and up from that. And so the market said, no, you've done something stupid, and we're not rewarding you for it. And that was it. And look where we are now. We're basically just cruising at the bottom at the moment. It's probably pretty happy that the market has, stalled out now, because will stall out because yesterday Powell made it very clear that, oops, I've been wrong again. He was wrong about inflation for a year and a half, and then he was wrong about growth for a year and a half, and he's been wrong about employment for a year, over 2 years. He's wrong not once. I'm going to repeat this out loud again, and I've said this throughout the weeks, and this guy keeps on giving us evidence every day about his incompetency. But, he keeps on talking about how great employment is when employment is basically being paid for by the government itself. It's not private sector jobs that are growing, and it's the government jobs. So it's government jobs in healthcare and government jobs in Washington, and they keep on hiring people, and meaning they're basically being paid through tax dollars, not consumers. Not consumers, no. Just taxpayers. And so, in other words, he's been wrong for so long. When Powell says, look up, you better look left or right or behind you, because more than likely it's coming from that direction, because he's clueless. So, yeah, we're 9 quarters now, or 2 years and 3 months. 2 years and 3 months we've been losing private sector jobs. And all's have been increasing has been government jobs in Washington. They hire 20,000 here, they hire 30,000 there. Or healthcare workers in the government system. In other words, the government pays like Medicare and Medicaid. It's taxpayer money, and they're getting hired. It's one or the other. They're hiring one or the other all the time, and that's the only thing that's making the employment number look the way it is. I think the new Congress is going to straighten that stuff out. Get that shit straightened out. Big time. Big time. All right, now from there, we'll go take a look at. I guess might as well just jump over now to the actual individual currencies. The different pairs trades. Unless someone has a question out there, then you're welcome to ask the question or any question. We like questions. More questions, the better. So let's go check out the euro this morning. Let's see, where are you, euro? There we go. Seeing a little bounce out of it today since he's see that, look at that, that's very cute. What are we seeing right there? We're seeing that the don't want to change that, but right there you can see the I'll just put the little block around it just for the fun of it for a few seconds. You can see right there it's actually gaining against the dollar this morning after the Fed says we're not lowering any more interest rates. In other words, normally when the Fed says we're raising interest rates, people buy dollars. When the Fed says we're lowering interest rates, people sell dollars. So here he goes. He comes out and makes it very clear to the market he is not lowering interest rates anymore. And instead of it going down, it goes the reverse direction again. It's because he's been so wrong, and the market is always more right than a bureaucrat. That's what it usually comes down to. The bureaucrat will be wrong more than the market, that's for sure. Many times more wrong. All right. Huh. Okay, right there. All right, from there, you can see here the cable doing just a teeny weeny little pop. All right there. So cable, cable's it's gonna be interesting. I saw Nigel Farooq. He's becoming very popular. I think he's going to definitely put a challenge into the Tory market. Let's put it that way, or the Tory situation. He's now a member of Parliament, and so I see him getting more traction. He's a good conservative. He's very connected to good capitalistic, free markets, free people attitude, and definitely, you can see that the problem with, what's going on in Europe and most of the world is that you don't have much free market process going on and free people type of thing. Matter of fact, what do I have? Let me see if I can find it right here. I saw an article this morning. It was talking about all the, what was it? It was all the taxes in the individual countries. I thought it was very interesting. Very, very interesting. And let's see if we can find it right here. And I just thought, it looks kind of interesting. Something that we may look at. And in this case here, with the way the currencies are moving, it makes a lot more sense, that's for sure. And here it is right there. Okay. Right there. You can see it there. So like Denmark, oh, that's the highest. Okay. 55, almost 56% in taxes. Personal income tax rates. That's tough. France, basically the same as Denmark. Spain, a little underneath, but basically the same. Luxembourg is up in the 46 area. Germany, 47 area, going for 48. You can see, oh, there we go. It's even better like that. Yeah, they're big numbers. Poland, 36, which is really surprising. They must have some really good things going on over there in other ways. But 36 is heading towards the American number. Like I think our highest rate is like 29%, and a few people get hit with 32%. And so you can see Romania, because they have a VAT tax, I think it is, in Hungary, 15%, 10%. These are, obviously they're trying to do better economics. England, 45%, 48% in Ireland. Let's see, move this down. Sweden, 52, and Finland, 51. There's Latvia, 31. So it's right in the American. Lithuania, like anything in the low 30s. Now we're trying to get rid of, and we have a lot of people to get, earn say 40 or 50 or $60,000 a year in the United States, basically have no taxes. So, I mean, the lowest end doesn't get taxed very heavily at all, or at all. I think it's like under 50,000. You get paid 50,000 a year in the United States, and you don't get taxed at all. So, just thought that was a very interesting situation there. And we'll go back to the currencies. But yeah, I mean, you're not seeing a lot of growth. I think Nigel's going to do really well. I understand he's polling big time. Every month that goes by, he seems to be polling better and better and better. From there, we'll go over to Switzerland. There's Swiss. Trying to turn down a little bit. It's playing dead center of our range that we developed a while back. The resistance here and a resistance there. And this was a support line at one point, this bluish one right there. And so we figured that that's the channel that we'll look at, and that's the channel we're looking at. So it's gotten past the box, and now it's playing inside here. And I think it'll just hang out in this area here like that for a while. From there, we jump over to the yen. I didn't even see what they did last night with the stock market over there. Let me see what they did there. And then we can always go back to it. Let's see, where are you at? There it is. Okay, Tokyo was up a little bit, just a teeny bit, but it's in a daily sell. And it's still in the weekly buy, so it's in neutral. Now we'll go over to the great experiment. Oh! Someone got ripped off again as usual. And whenever we look at the Turkish lira, someone tries to move some money, there is no liquidity there at all. And you get these wild spikes. And that's what's so cool about having J4X. Oh, there's Abdul. Hello, Abdul. How you doing? Show some nice company stocks. Anyone particular? Got an opinion? Me, I have so many things I watch, and what do I favor? Are you thinking like, what do I favor? Let me think. Usually, to me, I buy a stock, and then I sell calls against it, and when my math turns down, I buy puts using the premium that I sold the calls on. So, to me, I'm a long-term investor, and to me, short-term intraday trading is more for the indexes, that type of thing, and the currencies. So the individual stock, I don't usually trade them solely because it's hard to trade them after 7 hours, just the exchange hours. So I don't have any particular, I have a lot of favorites. I mean, I would show you all day long, but it wouldn't match up to like something you buy this morning and sell this afternoon. You see what I'm saying, Abdul? Okay. And so, all right, Amazon. Let's go check out Amazon. I have Amazon on this platform. Let's go see it. There's Amazon. Let's put you over to see it. You can see it's pushing into the sell. Is that today or yesterday? That's yesterday. So it's pushed. It's trying. We're getting a little red dot. We're still in the buy from here. And you can't you can't take these shorts right here solely because we're in weekly buys down here. So if we line it all up so you can see, you put your little arrow over here and you move it. So there's your weekly. Move that over like that. And then here's your daily algorithm. Move it over like so. And so basically it went into the buy in here, and you can be long, in here on a day-to-day basis type of thing. And then when it goes into the sell, it just tells you to take a profit and wait a little bit until we see another signal. And then it got another signal yesterday. It bought. No, this is Wednesday. It put it into the buy, and it closed at 214.10. And then yesterday the high was 215.89. So it made $1.79. And then they started to take profits when Powell came out and said that he wasn't going to lower rates. So that's the way to look at it. LVMH. Let's go see what LVMH looks like. See. Well, thank you. Thank you, brother. All right, now let's see what LVMH is. Let's add that. Product. Add. LVMH. Stock. Create. Ta-da. Then we go to users, and I'm going to turn mine on. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum again. Maybe we already have it. There it is right there. Okay. Let's turn the access on. Boom, it's on. Now let's go take a look at it. So LVMH. Let me see who LVMH is. Let's just give it a recycle. See the little circly thing right here with my arrow? Right there. We just go like that. Reload it, and it'll reload it, and it'll give it to us. Or it won't give it to us. All right, let's see what let's go and see what we can find here. LVMH. LVMH. Is that it right there? LVMH. Is that Moet Hemis? Is that the product? So let's try that now. Copy. Go over to here. Give that a spin. Throw this in the trash can. Gone. Go back to add a product. Paste. And what is that? That is... Oh, I have the wrong symbol again? Copy. Okay, right there. Paste. All right, create. There we go. Now let's see what happens. There it is. Is this the product? Cool. All right. Now we'll see it. Dun, da, da, da. Let's see what the math does there. There you go. Looks like it's been in a daily buy for 2 days. But it's been in a weekly sell now for, this is the 5th week in a weekly sell. So went into the sell back in the week of 2000, between what's that, October 11th and October 18th. It went into the sell in here somewhere. So up in the 653 area. And we got as low as, well, really fast. It got down to 602 from 53. So it lost 40 some odd dollars. And now it's gotten as low as 65. So 65 from 53. 69. So that's 30. That's 88 points or $88 or whatever unit it is. Euros, 88 euros. It went down. You see mostly sells right there. It's been more in a sell than a buy, and you can't buy it. You can only sell it or cover your shorts type of thing, or be neutral. So you can see here the pressure's been on the product. Basically since up in here, let's just give it a refresh and let's see what shows it there. Yeah, so it shows it there too. Since early first couple weeks of October, went into the sell there on the 10th. So just waited for the red dot. It was in the weekly sell, so there was no problem. Matter of fact, it probably was in the sell from there at many points. But mostly you take the shorts in this thing, because the shorts are the way to, in other words, you would sell calls and buy puts. Take the premium from the calls and buy puts against it, as long as we're in weekly sells. And this way you're protected. You take that cash, you can dollar cost average into more of your product. That's how this math works. So I hope that helped you out. That's interesting. Let's see, what do they do? Is that the alcohol company? Hennessy? Is that what that is? Makes monthly German eyewear. Oh, it makes eyewear? It's a conglomerate, I guess. Yeah, drinks. Makes the Hennessy alcohol. Cool. All right. Interesting. All right, that's cool. Glad you brought it up. Thank you very much. And again, if you're interested in the platform, we'll let you use it for free for a couple weeks and then figure out things from there. But here it is. Just contact Chicago Quant Technologies, Robin. There. There's the phone number, and the email address is right there, Chicago Quant Technologies. That's the email address, and you'll be able to check it out. Go to the website, and our email address is on there somewhere and so forth, and you click here and do this and that. It even has a little button for the Dukascopy webinars right there. Dukascopy webinars, Swiss Bank Group. There, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Cool, huh? All right. What else can we say about any of that? That's really cool. We never, I never really looked at Hennessy. I mean, I, drank it, but I never really thought about it too hard. Interesting company. You're right. It is. It's very diverse. Eyeglasses and so forth, and alcohol, and it's very smart. Well, I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you. See, that's the whole idea. I don't have to agree with you, but I don't mind talking about anything. And if I do agree with you, that's great too. But this is like a trading pit. This is free. You can say what you want, and we're not going to be offended too much. And we're not going to run away and hide. That's for sure. We'll discuss anything around here. We're not afraid of it. All right. Thank you for pointing that out. Appreciate that. Now let's go to South Africa. And let's see what the metals are doing today. So you can see here the South African Rand is making a little dip today. So I'd imagine there'll be some strength in the metals complex. And we have seen that. Silver looked like it got into the buy last night, but it didn't. And when we sent out the charts this morning, it obviously didn't. And at the same time, you can see it here on the beta too. Let me just show you. There's the December contract. We're getting ready to see those things go out the door. Let's just show you there. Oh, let's give it a recycle. And there is December. And you can see it's in a sell for a couple weeks here. And it flirted with going into a buy last night, but failed at it. But today, you can see it here. You see it's trying to get up in there. The algorithm has jumped across the zero line. Now let's do something funnish. Let's take a look at the March contract, because I bet the March contract must be picking up volume at this point. And there is the March contract. Same situation, days of sells. You see the algorithm doing the same thing, matter of fact, what is that? That is so close. What is that? That's at the zero line. It died at the zero line, and not even minus, just at the zero line. Since it was a red dot on the other, on the bar chart itself, we know there's no problem, and we're in a weekly sell. That's fine, but it sure did warn us that it's trying to, trying to get into a buy. Matter of fact, we can go like this. Where is that at? Go like that. Yeah. And we can get real tight. And you can get in there and look at it, and it's right at the zero spot. Oh no, it's still minus. Look at that. Now that we shrunk it down, you can see it. That's minus 0.0006. See, I created all this work for my physics back in the 70s. So we can get, we're going down to the atomic level of something sometimes. We're getting really, let's put this, micro, I guess you could say. It's like, biological in a sense, like micro, we're not into the atomic level, but we're pretty damn close, because I created this to supersede quantum mechanics. That's what I wrote it for. And it made so much money, it's like, who cares about making fame and glory on that? But yeah, so you can see it's really tight there on the March contract. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the open interest on March, since we're here. Let's see, let's go to Green City and see what Green City shows us this morning. We go to the overview, and we go down to silver, and we click on silver like that. And you can see, yeah, so there it is right there. The December contract has 66 right there, 1,000 contracts in open interest. And March has 63,000. See that right there? So they're getting really close. Only 1,300 contracts traded yesterday, whereas 20,000 December contracts traded. But we'll keep an eye on that. The moment that switches, we switch. And we start just showing you March contracts. And that is the magic. Do, 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 do. So, all right. Cute little symbols. I like that. Peace. Where are we at now? Oh, that's silver. And so silver's trying to lift. And the South African rand is trying to gain against the dollar. So, same game, just different day. Let's check out Deck Gold. Right there. Deck Gold. Matter of fact, I should have left that up there. Let's go take a look at what the next contract. I think it's February gold. Let's see what gold looks like on the open interest and all that other stuff, just the same way again. And gold. Yeah, so yesterday 57,882 contracts traded right there, and open interest is at 256,000, about a 250,000 contracts, 257,000. And you can see here the February contract has 205,000. So we're getting there. We're getting ready to start doing the switch. You can see here it's the second week on the beta platform. It's been in the sell from up in here. And our old platform that we use and send out pictures is still is reflecting only a 1 week sell at this point. So that's cool. I'm very happy with our beta. It's designed to be simple. You can touch things and look at them and see what it is. And this way I don't have to draw lines and so forth for anybody. And you have the power to look at it during the day more than once. You can look at it a dozen times with no problem at all. There we go. And it's just daily work, And so that's gold. Gold is, you can see it's been in a daily sell for a while. Look at the spreadsheet. Let's see. Like that. There we are. There's gold right there. 19 weeks. Really, on the old platform, it's 19 weeks. On this one, it's 2 weeks in a sell now. And it's been 11 days in a sell here on both platforms. The dailies have been lined up right. So, from there, we go like go put our eyes on China this morning. Let's see what China is up to. Let's take a look at the copper contract. Where are you, copper? Right there. There's the December contract there. You see the pressure that's been on it. Notice that the intraday here, not intraday, I'm sorry, the daily today is trying to get into the buy. Same thing on our old platform. And you can see we've been in a weekly sell there this is the 5th week. On the old platform, where are we at here? I think it's the same thing. It's only a weekly sell for 2 weeks. See? And let me just show you the old platform. That's the one we look at most of the time to begin with. The old platform. We're moving to the beta. And that's why we want people to try it for free for a while, just to kick the tires, see how it works. So let's see. Let's go to right there. Right there. And right there. Here we are. There's the old platform. Yeah, so it's going on to a 3rd week here. So it went into the sell back in here. The weekly sell back in here. And so, you know, basically what it comes down to is there's a loss right there. How about that? Bang, that's the election, and then boom. And then it always does. It makes it back. Follow the math, and it'll always make your money back. Have faith. The math gives you the faith. All right, now from there, we'll take a look at platinum. There's platinum, and it's doing the same cute little thing. It's trying to make a bounce. Now it's minus 80. This morning at one point it was above the 0 line. That's why we had the green line there. And without that above 80, there's no reason to emphasize that again. And we're getting a green and a red, which means like the last time we had a green and a red, that's usually a volatility signal on this old platform, which is very interesting. I wrote that code. And it has an interesting characteristic to it with our math. But you can see usually a day or 2 or 3 days, it usually like here. You had a green and a red, and you get that move here. You get a green and a red here, and you get a spike there. You know, it's always it's a volatility point. It tells us that something's coming, so you can try to trade the straddle and win, 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 win. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So from there, I say gold looks cool to me. You know, the central banks are concerned. You know, when you have a individual like Powell running the Federal Reserve, central banks across the planet they can see his abilities. They can recognize his strengths and weaknesses. See, I'm being very polite here, speaking like a hedge fund manager. So, central banks in particular like to hedge their bets. And what they do is they like to store gold as a reserve because it has value, and they can always go sell calls in the open market and buy puts if they need to protect it. And so yes, gold is as you say, Abdul, I agree. Gold looks cool to me too. I agree. I do. All right, let's head over to the energy sector, and that means we'll be back on the beta. Let's go back to the beta. And let's take a look at Brent. BZ, Brent. BZ. There it is. Now here comes BZ. This is the Brent oil. I think it's moving back down again today. You can see it jumped into the buy for a day on the short term, you know, on the daily. But it's in the weekly sell, so you wouldn't even attempt to buy it. You could hedge yourself if you're a manufacturer or a producer or something like that. But you can see it's popped up, and now today they slam-a-doodled it. Then they started buying it back again. And so it's putting a green dot in there again. I imagine if it was down here, it probably would have been red. But anything's possible. You can see here just a stale day, you know, where it's almost unchanged. It gave us a red. So anything's possible. The math will do its job. We just sit back and watch and enjoy it. That's what it comes down to. And so there's Brent. And you can see 3 out of the last 4 weeks it's been in the sell also at the same time as it's slowly drifting south. From there, we'll shoot over to West Texas Intermediate, or Sweet Crude. Slide all the way down. Right there, there's December crude. And we are starting to look at January on the old platform. So we'll be adding the January contract. I'll probably do that over the weekend. We'll have the January contract up on the screen too. And so you can see here it's pushing itself into that weekly sell. And same situation, 3 out of 4 weeks in sells, coming down from the, what area is that? That's the 75, 76, 77 area. And we've gotten as low as the 66, 67 area. And right now we are trading in the 68.5 area. So you see that pressure on it. And then from there we shoot over to the refined product, heating oil, which is really rolling over, which is fascinating. Let's see, where is it at? Heating oil. The thing that feeds the airplanes in the sky and the trucks on the roads and warms the houses up when it's cold. Oh no, they're pushing it back up again now. At one point, I could have sworn this morning on the old platform. Let's see. Right there. Yeah, at one point this morning, let's show you what's going on the old platform. You can see we dipped down to there and it had pushed it into the sell. Now it's obviously not there anymore. It's back up over the zero line, and it's second week in a buy. And let's go back to the beta. The beta, oh, that's gold, that's copper. Let's go find heating oil. There it is right there. Now here's the dino juice. You see lots of red dots, and it's doing the same thing. It pushed into the, see, it's trying to stay in the upside of it, but at the same time you can see here the weekly is not agreeing. It's underneath, so it's a caution thing. It's a definite, like, woo, warning, warning, Will Robinson, warning, warning. Indeed, indeed, indeed. All right, and then from there we'll take a look at Nat Gas, which rallied yesterday in front of us, and then by the end of the day they were smacking the daylights out of it, saying no mas, no mas. All right, speaking of which, the fight is on tonight on Netflix for those who are into the boxing thing. Right there and right there. There she comes. There is Nat Gas. Yeah, they slammed it down after the webinar, and pressure's on it. It's 2 days in a sell, and it's in the weekly sell. So if you were short at the end of yesterday with the platform, obviously it's a winner chicken dinner. All right, then from there, what do we do? We go to we go to the two energy companies. Let's see what they're doing. Remember, traders, you're welcome to stop me from what I'm doing. We can go look at anything you want. I don't have a problem doing that because we are running out of time too. The clock, we're going to be here for a few more minutes and then we're gone for the weekend. Party, party. All right. I do my radio show tomorrow. I like that. It's my favorite thing on the month. I love doing my radio show. I do my radio show. Let's see. So we're looking at where is it at? ENGMC right there. See how they're doing with the stock. Ooh, look at that. Another day up. They're firming up from the cool air. We're still in all 6 weeks, 7 weeks in a sell at this point on the weekly. You can see that. Lots of sell. But look at that last couple days. Now that's, what is that? That is yesterday. That's not even, they're not reflecting today yet. What's up with that? Is it a holiday in Europa? And there's today. And that's a 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10, and 7. Okay, so what is it? Just counting a little differently. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today's Friday. So it's up a second day in strength, but we're in a weekly sell. So the best you can do is just take your profits and sit and wait for it to change directions again. as long as we're in weekly sells. And then we'll go look at ExxonMobil, and then we're done the energy sector. And there is ExxonMobil, our biggest producer and manufacturer. You see, that's in the sell for a bunch of days, over a whole week now. In a weekly buy, though, for 2 weeks, so you can't be short, but it keeps on trying to lift up, and our algorithm keeps on saying, no, no, no. So it's a neutral position, traders. Neutral, neutral. Unless you're a producer and so forth, and then, or have a position, then you know how to use our math to do your hedge. Is that the total energies? Yeah, I don't look at any of the others. You have a suggestion? We'll take a... Oh, yes, let's do this. Let's go to Saudi Arabia and look at Aramco. Aramco has been looking very, very firm. They're seeing peace in the Middle East. Mr. Trump will bring peace to the Middle East. So that's probably why, Aramco is looking really hot and heavy. It took off after the election in particular. There it is right there. There's Aramco. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. They saw that was the day before the election, and they knew it. It was win, 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 win. So they started turning up 2 days before the election. Now you can see a little digestion going on here. You can see a little profit taking there on Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then I guess it's today. The markets over there work from Sunday to Thursday. So you can see they've the last day or two, and then you can see yesterday they thought to themselves, I think I'm going to buy it again, even with the red dot, and even with the algorithm minus. Because why? More than likely, the weekly side of it, the traders. What I always like to describe is longer term traders. When I look at weekly versus daily is shorter term traders. Then there's intraday traders, and so longer term money. That's what I really call it, is long-term money versus intraday, or daily money versus intraday money. And so the longer-term money, weekly and monthly, are saying, no, we're not selling. We're going to be, because it's going to be very profitable. The price of oil might be lower, but they'll use more of it, and it'll grow that way, earnings-wise. So that is that. We're out of here, traders. We've had too much fun in one day, and I haven't even come up with a title for this one. I guess we're going to be beating up on Mr. Powell one more time, unfortunately. All right. So this is Doc from North America. We will catch you all. Oh, my goodness. LVMH is on the screen. Luxury brand sales. Oh, my God. It's up on the financials with Hermes and Monster and Hermes and then the LVH. And I just missed the last one. So how about that? Yes. Good question there, Abdul. Very good question. It is. All right. Happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be Monday. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Have a safe and smart weekend. Ta-ta for now.